Congressman, let me ask you, with every minute, hour and day that passes, small businesses are going out of business and may not come back. The PPP well ran dry, but yet you guys, lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans, can't dig us another well. How far do you think we are in terms of getting at least another $250 billion into the PPP?
It's inexcusable that the funding shouldn't have run dry this past Thursday. This wasn't a surprise. This was predictable that come the end of this past week that we're going to run out of money. And my background's in military more than his Congress. I've known Pete since his Vets for Freedom days, and that's his background more than being a host on Fox. There are officers and there are enlisted who will march into battle with bullets flying in all directions. And unfortunately for the Speaker of the House, for her to be hiding in front of a $24,000 refrigerator, trying to pick the $13 to $17 gourmet ice cream while she's having those tough decisions, you have small businesses that will never reopen again. So the President of the United States is saying that we're at a battle with an invisible enemy. He's referring to coronavirus. And unfortunately for Nancy Pelosi, she thinks that the enemy is Donald Trump.
Well, yeah.
So it's really important for the leadership and the House of Representatives to schedule a vote for us to fund PPP by a few days ago. We should do it today. We should do our darn jobs and get our heads out of our freezers and stop eating the ice cream.
Lee, what's the play? I mean, why would she be holding this up when it's so obvious and straightforward? Her constituents are hit by this, too. There's nothing political about the fact that we're giving an opportunity for businesses to stay afloat and pay their employees. What's she doing?
Just like she was out of touch in trying to impeach the President of the United States, she's showing how out of touch she is right now with that small business owner that puts all their sweat equity to start a business that's successful through no fault of their own. The government voluntarily shuts down their small business. And for her, I don't know how much she cares or she understands that plight, because if you do care, if you do understand, you get on the next plane back to Washington, D.C., we have a vote, we fund the program, the PPP, the emergency injury disaster loans as well, because of the Small Business Administration, their disaster declarations all across the entire country. You take yes for an answer from your colleagues on the other side of the aisle. This isn't a moment to be partisan, not even to be bipartisan. It's a time to be nonpartisan. I'll work with my Democratic county executive. I'll work with my Democratic governor. I'll work with my Republican president. This isn't about being Republican or Democrat. It's about being Americans. And I think that the Speaker has people. You just had Josh Gottheimer on her show. The Speaker has people in her conference who get it, who want to work with colleagues and work with the president. Unfortunately, the Speaker hasn't gotten the memo yet, and she needs to take it to heart and actually schedule this vote.
Does this get done in the next few days?
I don't know if the Speaker honestly has gotten her head out of the freezer yet. So does it happen? Maybe over the course of this weekend, there's some type of an epiphany that goes off, that light bulb that goes off. Oh, so those small businesses will never open again? That half of our nation's workforce is made up of employees who work for small businesses, and that we need to do our jobs. Maybe come Monday, there's an announcement being made. Pelosi picks up the phone, she calls up Steny Hoyer, says it's time to schedule a vote, it's time for us to take yes for an answer, and it's time for us to help these small businesses. There are other priorities that are really important too. While we're negotiating what needs to be done to help our frontline hospitals and leveling the playing field and driving it towards need, all of those conversations are important to be had, but you can't hold hostage those small businesses and hold hostage half of the United States workforce where so many people have submitted their applications and they haven't yet gotten their approvals, they haven't yet gotten their money, and the small businesses will never reopen again.
Yeah, and now we've gotten our arms around the process, so it's time for the money to flow. We were playing the footage of Nancy Pelosi in her kitchen in front of that ice cream freezer. There are some images which truly capture the disconnect of elite leaders who have no idea the ruin that people are going through and not willing to make that a priority. Lee, you've articulated that very well this morning. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.